I'm curious as to like why do you think what is the difference between the data center and like a giant petrochemical facility or natural gas processing plant? Because arguably, I don't know which is worse for you to live next to as far as your immediate public health consequences. And arguably the petrochemical facility might be worse, but we didn't see that kind of pushback against them.
I mean, I think one reason is because unlike fracking and petrochemicals, you know, this is not geographically dependent. This industry can pop up wherever it wants to, and so now it's affecting people who were never affected before, and now they're seeing. But I think that the fact that um, it's also something that's hitting at very acutely at the local level. That we can see that the state is making effort after effort in legislation to cut out municipal government and to restrict their ability to protect their communities. And people are really, really upset about that. And so, we're seeing even in places where they have not proposed a data center yet, people feel like they might be next. And communities are, showing up in droves at, municipal meetings, trying to get them to update their ordinances. And the local governments are, it's mixed always, but the local governments are being pretty receptive to this because they're the ones who know that we're going to have people competing for their own water if we allow these things to come here. And I think that's part of it too, just the scale of it. And so even though we're talking about computer population, not people population, it's the same idea that there's such a stress on our resources that we're already having to manage carefully. How can they even talk about doing something like that? And we're sitting in the middle of a drought condition, a serious drought. How can they talk about, letting, water be used or letting energy be used to the degree that they're talking about it, especially on the side of water where you can't turn off the data center. Unlike fracking, I'm straddling the Delaware River Basin where I live, but also in my county is the Susquehanna River Basin. And they have like low flow policies. And that's the kind of way that they protect the river there. And it was always that if the water was getting low enough, they could suspend water withdrawals for fracking. Well, you can't do that with the data center, and I think people understand that too.